right, so
Okay, so
Neeko said to me and you off camera, I was talking to her about the lesson we did, meaning the
mhm,
lesson me and Neeko did, and she said she wished she had just admitted to me then that she was married to the birds. But she's been playing
right.
tons of other openings besides the birds here, so she just didn't want to play the opening I taught her. She could have just told me that.
Right, exactly. So I think she's been varying it. She played like the English yesterday against Tubbo. I think she played was it D4 or G3? She
Yeah,
did
she
some
did.
other setup as well, so she was really mixing it up quite a bit.
Yeah. And jokes aside, everyone, I did do lessons with both Neeko and Michelle, so I'm not gonna claim to be a mother torn as Anna Rudolph feels when she has two students playing. I
Mhm.
only did one, but definitely worked with both of these ladies, and they have both performed incredibly well. So it's exciting to see. And look at Michelle playing principal chess, striking at the center.
Exactly. So far, so good. Looks like a French defense. I like the way that both players have opened so far. I think again, one thing that's very unusual. Oh, right on cue. I was
Oh,
worried
she didn't
about
see
Bishop
it.
D6.
Ah,
Oh,
it's right back at. It's right there again. No, no, it's
yeah, but see, the
it.
thing is, the thing with Neeko is I don't know what it is exactly, but unlike any other competitor in the field, she just moves instantly. Like she
Yep.
just does not think. She just moves instantly, and for better or worse, I think especially in blitz, that's really really good. But she does miss things because I think she gets set on one move or one idea and does
Right.
not consider alternatives. Now the question here for Michelle is, what will she do? Will she move her rook, move the bishop? It's a difficult situation here because her rook on 8 and the bishop on c8 are not really well developed here. So she has to find a way to get the bishop and the rook into the game.
The time advantage that Neeko is
Mhm.
getting here,
Yeah,
so massive.
it's yeah, it's a big time advantage for her. The one thing I would say about the position though is that for Michelle, it's actually quite easy to play. I feel like in terms of what she's trying to do, the bishops are pretty ideally placed. The queen is well placed. So I think if she sees the idea to bring the other rook to the center, her moves are pretty straightforward. I would say here.
Yeah, agreed. And like you said, even though Bishop H3 is on the board, ooh, I don't think.
Oops, there we go. She blunders it. She sees the tactic idea. The problem is the queen guards the pawn on f3. Now, I think Neeko, we'll see if Neeko sees rook takes bishop or will she play bishop c4. I think one of those two moves will be played here. I
Okay.
just don't know which one.
Oh, she
Oh, okay. She goes
do.
bishop e2.
That's a
And
huge
actually,
opportunity.
that's also a terrible move. And I'll tell the reason I think it's a terrible move is because now it stops queen f3. So there's almost no way that that Michelle can blunder it, kind of, or
Right.
she can just blunder it.
She did blunder her bishop on a second go around, but
Yeah.
Neeko isn't looking for it. It seems like even though Neeko's playing fast, she seems to be in a defensive state of mind too. The moves she's been playing for a
Hmm.
while, Bishop F1, F. Okay, right as I say that, she plays an aggressive move.
Right, which is a good move. And now I think that means she sees that
Oh wow.
okay, and yeah, and now unfortunately after they trade, now I think Neeko is almost certainly going to spot rook takes bishop
Yep.
here at the
Oh
end.
wow.
Because now it's just very, yeah, I mean now it's impossible not to see because you see where your pieces are.
Yep.
So the only chance for Michelle here is to push her d pawn. That's the only chance she has. Now will she see it? I kind of think she should see it. But again, I think the problem for Michelle is also I suspect she did not expect to be in this position. And so I
Yeah.
think she's also very nervous as well.
No, you're right. I think she's going to see D3, and indeed she has. But it's more the body language. You can tell just how frustrated she is that she's.
Hmm.
Ooh, Sheboygan.
Oh, that's a free rook. Oh my gosh. But it's still
Let's
anyone's game,
go.
right?
Oh my god.
My God. I agree.
Okay.
There's no way she takes the rook, right?
I don't
Oh
think she'll see it.
no.
Oh, she still doesn't see it. Okay. Sees that.
This is very dangerous for both players though, because the idea of rook g2 is looming here.
Yep.
Like rook g2.
Rook G2, and if Michelle doesn't play King F1, she's in big trouble.
Right, backwards bishop captures I think are the hardest. It's the hardest capture to see, or even just general backwards bishop moves, because it's not really natural in the way
Right.
like knights. You can. It's generally much more. It's much more clear. It's a lot more straightforward. Okay, e6 is a great move here, but yeah,
Wow.
I think Michelle is just panicked now. E7 and it's game over.
And it's even worse because the pawn on
Mhm.
b5 accidentally guards c6. So there's not even a way to
Right,
stop e8 if you
exactly.
wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Neeko coming in, moving fast,
Mhm.
but getting it done.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think it's looks like Nico's going to win the game here. So yeah, I can think you make the queen, the king moves, and now queen e5 and rook h7 should just be pretty easy. The only trick is rook g2, rook takes g3. That's the only way here for Michelle to try and stay in the game.
Wow, what a finish that would be, by the way, if that happens. If she sees rook
Mhm.
g2 and Neeko blunders
Yeah,
king
and then if
h1,
king h1, rook g3 is the one mate that exists, the only mate that exists here.
she doesn't
I
see
think
it.
rook g2, king f1, she will see, and then it's game over.
But right
Very
now, Michelle
impressive game
doesn't
by
even see
Neeko.
that and
Very
walks
impressive
herself
game
into
by Neeko.
checkmate. Amazing.
Yeah,
Just to show what Hikaru said there,
yeah,
how it's
hmm
so funny because if Michelle had played
yeah.
rook g2, I think there's a chance that White would have played king h1, which is literally
Yeah, I
mate
mean,
one.
to be fair, it's 50-50, right? You could go either way there.
Yep.
It's 50-50. Anything could
Yep.
have happened.
So it's obviously ended the way it was kind of supposed to, and that
Hmm.
Neeko seemed to
Right.
have played better and she won, but that would have been a wild finish.
Yeah. Right. So here
d4.
we go. So d4 played on move one. Okay. So I think Michelle, she's been playing the London, right?
Yep. And she's been all London, all
Hmm. Right.
PogChamps.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so
You
Neeko
go.
plays g6. Okay, now the one thing I would say is with the King's Indian, it's a little bit harder sort of to play the setup, and it's very dangerous because also it can go both ways where there's going to be a knight bd7, e5, e4, a fork
Yep.
in the center again. So I think this could get very spicy right away.
Knight takes f4 was a great move. Now this is troubling for Michelle. The fact that she's taking
Why is
so
she
much time
thinking?
here
Yeah.
and ultimately decides to take the knight first. It's an understandable decision though, even though it's
Hmm.
probably going to lose the pawn.
It's a good decision overall. The problem here though, when you look at the position, Black has no weaknesses. There's only the bishop on c6 and the pawn on c5. Nothing else in the black position is weak at all. So the fact that Neeko already won the first game, she's up on the clock. It's just very hard to come up with ideas to attack the black position. The king is safe with those four pawns.
Yep.
Queen side, like I said, only one weakness: pawn on c5, bishop on c6. If Neeko, for example, trades the bishop for the knight and takes the pawn in the center, she has no weaknesses at all. And I think it's going to be very, very hard for Michelle to come back. I actually did not like was there were a couple of people who really tried to reinforce this notion for some of the students who were teaching that bishops are better than knights, and bishops can be better than knights when it's more simplified and bishops have open diagonals. But in general terms, I think for players who are new to the game, um bishops and knights are about equal. They are
Right.
generally equal. It's only at more advanced levels that in some cases bishops are stronger than knights. So for example, like this position, the bishop is better than the knights, but you shouldn't always think about that. It just depends on sort of the piece placement and the open diagonals here.
Yeah, well said.
But
I agree. I think it's where advanced players sometimes it creeps in because at advanced levels we do talk
mhm,
about bishops being better than knight, but it takes a while, right? And the knight has so many other dynamic tricks to it. It's harder to spot tactics with knights, especially at beginner level. So I agree. Although, as you just said, right
here,
now,
where's this pony going? Where's this knight going? Where's
yeah,
this knight going?
I was going to say right
Bishop
now, not only did Michelle
open diagonal.
lose the pawn, but
What's happening?
if Neeko sees
Well,
bishop takes g2,
bishop g2 is actually a blunder because you could
oh,
trade on
queen takes
c8.
c8. Oh, I was just testing you,
But
Hikaru. You passed barely. F plus.
But I
You
mean,
did it.
as long as Neeko doesn't blunder here, though, she's just up a pawn. And
Right.
again, look at the knight. The knight on d2, it doesn't have any great squares. And this game, unlike the first one, has been picture perfect. By
Yeah.
Neeko, I would say, I mean, okay, she played d5. That's the only move. d6 to d5. That's the only move that I think I could criticize at all in this entire game so far.
Yeah.
Only move that I could criticize.
No, that's high praise, and you're not kidding. I know she has played. This is a other than D65. This is a master
Mhm.
level game here by Black.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
This has been great.
Well, Michelle also down 3 minutes, so it's going to take a lot for her to keep this consolation and her PogChamps dreams alive.
Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna take some kind. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Owie! Oh no!
Oh my
Oh, and she's
god.
heartbroken.
Oh man. I do love how
Oh
Neeko,
my
there's literally no
God.
expression on her face.
I know I said that yesterday with Levy. She didn't smile until the match was over, literally. She
Mhm.
was expressionless
Oh
until
my
it was over.
God.
Yeah.
Oh man, poor Michelle. But also very well played by Neeko.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, just rough.
So let's talk a little bit about how the cleanest way is for Neeko to convert here, because I think that makes these final moments instructional for the viewer. So if you were Coach Hikaru here, making sure your students always win when they're winning, what's the fastest way for
Mhm.
Black to win this?
Queen d5 and bishop c6, I was going to say, is the cleanest way to win. Okay, she plays f6.
Is there a mindset you have when you're up this much material? Should it even be just if you don't see Queen D5, just do whatever you can to trade, or what would be the
Yeah, you could
advice?
also try to trade. You could also try to trade off pieces. But yeah,
Well, now
and
she's
now
got
queen
Queen
takes
takes
rook is
D1
game
and mate if
over.
she sees
Yeah, yeah.
that would be she sees that we're walking out. Oh my god. We're walking
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Here's Neeko blowing through the final game here. Absolutely crazy. Oh,
Hmm.
she misses mate though. She misses mate on H1. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
But
e2.
wait a second. Even stalemate Steven can't save Michelle. Smart
Right,
it.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Stalemate does not help here. That's true.
And I don't think Nico's stalemating.
Yeah, yeah. Very unlikely.
Multiple ways for mate in one. Choose your flavor. Oh,
Yeah. Well, that's almost there, but now, yeah,
wow.
now, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Checkmate.
Nico
Wow.
still has not smiled. She takes a calm drink of her juice. I don't know what's in it, but get me some of what she's drinking because that was a grandmaster level game.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Nico, seriously, what a day here. You showed up and there was a lot of talk coming in about the different styles between you and Michelle. You're one of the fastest players in the event, albeit at times we've talked about it. Maybe sometimes people feel you play too fast, right? Michelle has been more methodical and had this, she's obviously worked super hard with her approach to learn and try to master the game during the event. But you just came out, you played fast, you played well. What is going on with Nico today and what can you say?
So honestly, I was actually really nervous when I was gonna play against Michelle today because I actually lost her when we were playing some practice games with the Botezes. So I was all like she probably like is gonna crush me today, like blah blah blah. And luckily, like I was just like I think I played a little slower than I normally did today because I was you guys told me that she played very methodically. So I was actually very nervous the whole time I was playing up against her because she seemed like she was really thinking a lot of her moves through. And not gonna lie, like a lot of her moves were very tedious. Like they were very like, oh my god, I can't believe she moved there. And so I don't know. I was just very focused today because I was very nervous. And last night I was losing every chess game that I was playing on stream. So that didn't help either.
Michelle, I know this didn't maybe end the way you wanted, but I hope you don't mind me saying I don't think it makes your PogChamps debut any less incredible as far as where you came over the last few weeks and what you did was inspiring to watch, and I can't wait to be inspired by whatever video comes out of it. But take us through what's going through your head. Like we said, I know this wasn't the ending you maybe wanted, but how are you feeling right now, and what are your final thoughts?
Oh my God, Neeko was so amazing. It was so crazy. I feel like I spent so many hours trying to figure out how to attack the bird opening yesterday because that's what it seemed to be played. And then she comes out with something completely different today. And I was like, what am I even doing? I finished my opening and I feel like I looked up and I was like, this is not what I was expecting right now. And it was so smart. It was so wonderful. And it's like so inspiring to see how much you've grown and just to be clear, like I may have won one game, but Neeko won the entire, like every other game we played together. It was one lucky game. So Neeko's been totally working hard and it's really inspiring and amazing. And as you guys said yesterday, Neeko was streaming chess before it was cool to stream chess. So I think it's just only fitting that Queen Neeko takes her throne Go for it, Neeko.
Aw. Michelle, thanks so much. Yeah, I really couldn't come up with, because I haven't been able to take other lessons with other people, and I was just really actually nervous on top of that, because I just couldn't, I didn't know what anyone was playing, and I felt like everyone knew I was playing birds opening, because that's the only thing I just knew at the time. And I felt like I needed to find a way to juke like my opponent, so like I try to open up differently. So I'm happy that worked, but you were very much a very great opponent. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate the nice words.